is a memory of what Her Excellency Victis Daughter of the Reykjavik Island, who was the first world woman president, said. She said this, and I quote, "We are all, as citizens of the world, duty-bound to celebrate, duty-bound to contribute to the continuing progress in the spirit of humanity. And that is why you are here today. You are not here as just a collection of races, but as citizens of the world who have come for the sake of self-sacrifice to serve the citizens of South Sudan. And what is so special today is what Her Excellency Victis also said. She said, if the world can be saved, it will be we. And you have seen this wonderful organization by Madame Inesita, who is the acting head of field office. I'm highly honored to stand before you to invite the acting governor of the state. Honorable acting governor, you are most highly welcome to make a brief statement on this historic occasion.
Because the United Nations was established in 1945. Because the League of Nations failed to provide peace and stability in the world. And that's why UN was established in 1945. Everybody is aware that when UN was established in 1945, until today, the great violence are no longer there, because we have learned from the First and the Second World War. But the League of Nations failed. That's why the Second World War broke out, as well as, the First World War and Second World War broke out also. When we learned from those lessons, this is how the United Nations was formed, in order to provide peace and stability globally. The United Nations have a great mandate of stabilizing the whole world. And that's why today we are in peace and stability in the whole world. Although there are some minor violence taking place in the global arena, but the United Nations is always trying to make sure that the world is stable and the world is developed. The development came when the United Nations was formed, because UN prevents any violence, and that's why globally there are peace and stability internationally. We have recognized the role played by the UN, wherever they are internationally, because they prevent instability in the areas. I believe that before the formation of the United Nations, every country that developed to a certain extent always try to attack any other countries because they are power. But because of the UN, those activities are no longer there. All UN by protection of civilians. Because during 1950s until today, UN are always trying to make sure that protection of civilians is put into place. And because the United Nations is very powerful, and that's why it always deters any countries that want to cause instability in the global. And that's why civilians are protected. Because everybody knows that whenever you attempt to make anything that will endanger international peace and stability, UN member states will not allow you to do that. We have recognized the role played by UNAMIS in South Sudan. It is it is known by everybody that the UN, they gave their lives to protect the citizens of South Sudan. It's very great. We are very happy with the role that they have played in this country. Also, the United Nations, they have the mandate to empower authorities. And this is what they are doing. They're always trying to empower the authorities in respective countries to have more capacity, to respect the rule of law, to accept democracy, and also to accept the rule of law. Also to prevent conflicts, as well as try to in preventing conflicts in the whole world. And this is what they are doing in South Sudan. They are trying their best to make sure that South Sudan is more stable, so that we will catch up with the countries that have stability. We are appreciating that, and we are really very happy with the role that they are playing. Also, they are also training our members here, especially the government in both the state and the national level, so that the rule of law and security is in place. Because the United Nations is the deterrent mechanism that deter anybody that wants to stabilize the states, or somebody who wants to create problems in the international. Members who are working in South Sudan and also in northern Barghazal states, that we have recognized the role that we are doing, and what we are doing is very great. That is very great for the international community. It is great for the South Sudan. It is also great for the people of northern Barghazal. Thank you. May God bless you all.